welcome back to another video, everyone. And today we are back again with another Rammstein song. Now today's song we are having a listen to is called Angst. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, please let me know in the comments down below. Now, I've done a little bit of digging into this song. Now, I've personally never heard this song myself. As I said in another Rammstein video, I'm familiar with a lot of the older style of Rammstein, not anything in the past 15 years, to be completely honest. Now, I've done some digging on this track, and we are obviously going to listen to this one with captions from the beginning, but essentially the word angst means fear. Now, this is very controversial because essentially Rammstein is talking about how society uses fear to scare people rather than an actual threat being present, if that makes sense. Now we are going to listen to this song. I'm not going to dive too deep into this because I personally would rather hear this from someone who lives in Germany. Yes, I can Google it and get all the information, but I would rather hear it firsthand from one of you guys. So without further ado, let's start this. If you're from Germany, welcome in, and let's do this. So when I was digging a little bit into this song, it repeats this one phrase, and I'm not sure if they say it or it's how it's pronounced, but they talk about the black man, and the black man is referring to the boogeyman. And myself, I'm Polish, we call them the Baba Yaga or Baba Roga. The boogeyman is essentially the one that comes for you when you don't obey or when you do something wrong. And I believe he is talking about the boogeyman in a sense of if you don't do the things you have to do, and if you don't obey silently, then the boogeyman is going to come and get you. That's what I'm getting so far.
Etwas Schlimmes wird geschehen, das Böse kommt, wird nicht mehr gehen. Und die Furcht wächst in die Nacht, Tür und Tore sind bewacht. Die Rücken nass, die Hände klamm, alle haben Angst vorm schwarzen Mann.
So we obviously have the analogy here that every person is just stuck in this social world. They're just stuck on the screens. And I do completely agree with that. You know, things aren't the way they used to be. You don't go out and meet people. You speak to people online. Nothing is face to face how it once was. Everything is just digitalized. And that's good in an aspect. But I think for true human connection, you need to be face to face with people. You need to have the experience of going up to a lady for the first time and meeting her face to face instead of doing it all online. I like this video clip though, I do.
In Dunkelheit schleicht heran. Bist du nicht brav, fasst dich an. Traue keinem Fremden dann. So viel Albtraum, so viel Wahn. Und so glauben wir bis heute, schwer bewaffnet ist die Meute. Ach, sie können es nicht lassen, schreien Feuer in die Gassen. Und die Furcht wächst in die Nacht, gar kein
The analogy that I'm getting here is you have these normal looking people and they were obviously building these houses and they're all side by side. And for me, I'm getting like, your neighbors. Everyone is afraid of the boogeyman, but I don't think they're talking about the sense that there is a big monster coming out to get you. I personally think they are talking about the big brother. And when I say the big brother, I mean the powers that be. So these are regular people in their neighborhood environment, or that's what's depicted from this scene. But then you have surveillance cameras, right? As you can see here, we have a surveillance camera. This is interesting.
Wer hat Angst vom schwarzen Mann? Wer hat Angst vom schwarzen Mann? Wer hat Angst?
I'm just going to go back a little bit. I want to hear that again.
Wer hat Angst vom schwarzen Mann? Wer hat Angst vom schwarzen Mann? Wer hat Angst vom schwarzen Mann? Wer hat Angst? Und die Furcht wächst in die Nacht, gar kein Auge zugemacht. Die Rücken nass, die Hände klamm, alle haben Angst. Schwarzer Mann.
I don't think it's over yet. So everyone, we have just finished listening to this song, Angst. Now, this is not what I had in mind for this song, to be completely honest. What I am going to say is that this song is portraying something that is very real. I think that everyone, right? Everyone in this day and age is living in a fear-based mind. Why do I think that? Because essentially everything around us is making us fearful of something. For example, if you don't do this job or this job, you won't have the money. It's fear-based. If you do the wrong thing, you go to jail. If you don't do this, this happens. If you don't pay your bills, this happens. If essentially everything our society is at its base level is fear-based. And because we are all stuck in the screens, as we see right here, we're not able to fully understand that we are in this fight or flight based mindset. And frankly, this is something that is taking away from who we are as humans. I'd imagine that 100 years ago, right, the fear that humans had maybe go longer, right? This is just my opinion. I would say we were more worried about these smaller things, and we weren't worried about this and oh my gosh this. But nowadays we have all these issues and these fear-based issues in our life. Every little thing, whatever it is. And then, you turn on the TV and you're listening to more fear-based things, this person died here, this person died here, this person did this, everything is fear-based. And I think as humans, we aren't designed to have so much information at one point in time. For example, there would have been a point in time where humans only had a tribe or a village or a community, whatever you want to call it. And all you knew about your world was what was happening in that little village or community. And now we know what's happening in Germany and Berlin and here and France and Africa and Australia and this place, this person. We have so much information because we are so glued and chronically online. Now that takes a toll, whether you believe it or not. I can say this personally because every couple of weeks I completely delete social media and I feel this weight off my shoulders, right? But I don't feel that weight when I'm on social media and when I'm consuming these things. But there is so much information out there that we genuinely don't need. We need to focus on what's around us. We need to focus on the present and the people around us, and that's it. So I really enjoy listening to this song because I'm glad that there is such a powerful influence, right? Such a powerful lead singer, Till, that he is able to portray something positive. And if you don't agree with this song, fair enough, right? I would love to hear why you don't agree. I would love to hear why you think I'm wrong about what I've said. Overall, I think this song portrays something that we all feel, whether you can feel it right now or not. Every single person, every single human deep down knows that the way we are living now is not how we are supposed to be living. It's not our intended purpose as humans. Now, we're going to wrap this one up here, guys. As I said, if you're German, right? If you have any thoughts on this, please let me know below. I would love to hear it from you guys, and I would love to have an open discussion with you guys. But with all that said, I just want to say, if you'd like me to react to some more Rammstein songs, leave a comment down below and I will respond back to you. But with all that said, guys, thank you for tuning in and we will see you in the next one.